Hello everyone, today we will be talking about drills, specifically the drill chuck. And this right here is a hand drill and a very simple hand drill, but I'd assume that all of the parts on here are still not that different from a regular drill. And of course, this right here is the drill chuck, which is what holds the bit. And of course, you can unscrew it like this to open up the jaws, and then screw it in like that to hold the bit. And of course, you can drill. And of course, you can also hold this chuck in place and turn the drill to tighten and close it quicker. But today we will be talking about how the drill chuck works, not what it's used for. So let's go ahead and unscrew it all the way from its little threaded rod right here. Well, apparently, we are already starting to see how this thing works. So, of course, we have already unscrewed this little back piece in here, and here is the rest of the chuck, which includes this small metal plate, which almost looks a bit like a coin, and inside of this little shell, we have the 3 jaws of the chuck and 3 screws. And what you might notice is that if we put these in here and put the plate in to distribute the force equally, and then press on the plate using a screwdriver, and if you look down the middle right there, if I can get this stuff all aligned, if you look down the middle, and if I press it, you can see the jaw starting to close. So, that is pretty much how this specific drill chuck works. And of course, there is this little back plate in here, back piece in here. And as the threaded rod gets screwed further and further in, it pushes up on the little plate inside and closes the jaws. Let's go ahead and draw a little diagram of this, shall we? Here is a cross-section of the drill chuck. Of course, the outer case is indeed the case of the chuck. This rod over here is the threaded rod from the drill right here. And then, of course, there is this plate and the jaws. And just imagine this little rod going forward, and then these 2 jaws right here start pinching towards each other, and eventually grabbing onto the drill bit right here, and of course locking it in place and allowing you to drill with it. And the reason that there is a spring here, and in fact, let's go ahead and take this thing apart. Of the springs are what keep the jaws aligned with each other so that they don't bounce around all over the place. And of course, they keep them together because the 3 jaws just flapping about in the breeze wouldn't end up working very well. In fact, we can try that. So let's go ahead and remove these springs and be careful not to lose them. And insert the jaws into the chuck. And of course, you can see that they aren't really aligning that well. They just fall in and stuff. Fall in with no good order. Let's try this again, and maybe we can get these things aligned and able to hold a drill bit. So, after screwing on this little base right here, we have the chuck, and of course, all of the jaws are just flapping around inside of there because, of course, they aren't being held up by these springs. So let's go ahead and put the chuck back together. The jaws go inside the housing. The back plate goes on top of the jaws. And the back piece screws into the case. There's the chuck reassembled, and of course it can now be screwed back onto the drill. And if you screw it on tight enough, then the jaws will tighten, and as you can see, they are now fully closed, and you can, well, you can't put anything in there now, but if there was something in there, then it would be clamped down very, very tightly on it.